Hey, what is up? Dalton Cloud here. Today we have another video going over more certifications. I know the videos have not all been certification oriented in the past. I noticed you guys were not a fan of that. Um, we're going to be still doing certification training, but we're also trying to help people get jobs, grow their careers in the IT space. So that's why we're going to start introducing more content like that. We're also going to go over product reviews because every one of us loves new toys, even with everything going on in the world. We still love new gadgets and toys, so we're going to be going over some of that as well. Um, Also, just a quick heads up, I did start streaming. We don't have a consistent schedule. Um, if you're not into video games, I don't recommend you really go to that platform. It's on Twitch. Don't really follow me. I don't want you to follow if you don't want to. This is mainly to help you in your career space, but I am an avid gamer. So if that is something you're interested in, you could go over and check me out on Twitch. I'll leave the handle in the video description below. Without further ado, we're going to be going over today's certification, which comes to us from CompTIA, which is the CySa Plus certification. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. And before I begin, if you could please go ahead, if you like this content, go ahead where the microphone is, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then tap the notification bell so you can continue to see more content as it comes out. All right, so in today's video, as I said, we're going over the CySa Plus. So this is for the exam code. We're specifically going to go over the CSO TAC 002 or the CS0 TAC 002 certification. So this is more of a it's almost senior to mid-level cybersecurity certification. This is definitely going to help you get into a SOC or a security operations center. For those of you who are in the networking field, same thing, but on the security side. So these are the different skills or the domains that they go over: threat and vulnerability management, software and system security, compliance and assessment, security operations and monitoring, as well as incident response. Those are the 5 primary domains you're going to go over for this certification. And a little bit about it before we get into the actual training and the courses and the different books and resources in general. The number of questions for this is maximum of 85, 165 minutes for taking the test, passing score of 750. So we haven't really gone over this in the past because most other certifications we've gone over up until now have all been entry level. But the recommended experience for this, and I do think you should actually go a little bit above and beyond, is going to be the Network Plus as well as the Security Plus or equivalent. I do recommend you go a little bit beyond this. I recommend you get additional training. I do recommend you have some years of experience. It says minimum of 3 to 4 years hands-on experience in security or related experience. So a small-time security analyst role or even just as a tier 2 role in a help desk where you're working more in depth with the different configurations of security, patching, anything like that. I do recommend you have those years of experience, at least 1 to 2 years, as well as like for on the networking side, since networking and security always go hand in hand. At least be halfway done with your studying for like the CCNA, something such as that. So whenever it does come to any of the networking related topics, you don't have to go over that. It's not going to go in depth as the CCNA, but you still would like to have that information on hand. So look at the recommendation experience. Some people don't need any. You're just really good at book smart. You could really pass it on the first try. Great for you. I'm not one of those people. I know I would definitely need to go through a couple years of on the job training to be able to pass this without worrying too much on how close I'm going to be to that 750 goal marker. So the first training resource we're going to be going over is going to be our friends over at CBT Nuggets. This is taught by 3 different instructors: John Mungjoma, Ben Finkel, and Jacob Morn. So this is 10 hours of training, 1 practice exam, 110 or 111 videos, and 16 skills they cover. Just like with all CBT Nuggets training, it tells you kind of who this is for, as well as then they actually give you what the training topics are, and how to prepare for that test. And then if you go over to what features they have on the platform, it's a flat fee. You're not paying in tiers. There's not like a small tier or a high tier fee. It's a flat fee no matter what, $60 a month, $600 a year if you pay annually. And you're going to get access to virtual labs, IT practice exams, as well as offline viewing, playlists, coaches. Like their instructors are going to actually help coach you for your career goals, quizzes, IT learners community. So they really go in depth. And as I've said in the past, for their quizzes and their practice exams, they kind of have the standard of practice exams you need, that are really going to put you above the top to prepare for your certification training. So this is going to be all out of the box, unlike, for example, Udemy, where I'm going to say, get this for the course and then go over here and get this for the practice test. This is all going to be encompassed. It's going to be a monthly fee. So if you have a lot of time on your hand, you could just bust it out in a month and then don't pay for it again. I do recommend this if you know you're going to be in the IT field. CBT Nuggets is definitely a winner, especially if you're going in the networking field. They are the standard for training for networking. They're amazing. But speaking of amazing, let's go over to our friends at IT Pro TV. I love IT Pro TV. I love them. They're amazing. They are always, they have the best instructors. They've had the same instructors for over 10 plus years from when I first heard of them forever ago. And they've just continually gone above and beyond with anything they have to offer. In this course, you have 25 hours of training content preparing you for the CISO 002. There is a virtual lab. There should be an asterisk next to this, as well as a practice test. And again, there should be an asterisk next to this. They always do an amazing job with training. However, unlike CBT Nuggets, they do have a sort of tiered list. So we're going to go to their personal plans. So they have the free starter pack. So if you've not taken any IT Pro TV courses yet, I do suggest you sign up free. Look at their entry level certification training. See if you enjoy the instructors. See if you enjoy the way they teach. Get those out of the way first. If you've not done anything yet and you kind of just want to get an idea of how they instruct, I recommend that for all the training. Whenever there's a free trial or anything, try the free trial first and see if you like the way they teach. Because if you don't enjoy it and you find it boring or droll, then you're never going to learn. Even if they're an amazing instructor, if you don't find them entertaining, you're not going to learn anything. It's going to go in one ear and out the other. So the reason why I said there should be an asterisk next to that is, unlike CBT Nuggets, it's not a flat fee. There's a standard fee, which just involves the training, videos, and that's it. It's mainly just the training videos. And then if you go, as you see, full video library. And then premium, that's going to be $50 a month. That's going to be everything. So everything in standard, all the video content, as well as practice labs, virtual labs, or practice tests, virtual labs, and then coaching, similar to over at CBT Nuggets, but you have to pay the premium for that extra content. So you don't really get the virtual lab and practice test unless you pay for that premium content. That's going to be the only caveat I kind of have to that. Whenever you see this, make sure that you are aware, unless you're paying for it, you're not going to get it. You're just going to get access to the labs. Or not the labs, the video content. Next up, it's going to be Cryberry. I don't cover them that much, just because Cryberry is more specialized in cybersecurity. But whenever we have cybersecurity certifications, you can bet your bottom dollar they're probably going to be one of the contenders for study content. I have seen a few people recommend them. Most people recommend different Udemy courses, even Pluralsight, books, a lot of books, as well as IT Pro TV and CBT Nuggets. But Cryberry is definitely something that I've seen coming up a lot more as of late. So in this, you do have some lab content, a couple labs. It comes with the standard pricing, as well as you have 9 hours and 57 minutes worth of study content. They even show here the difficulty level is intermediate. So definitely make sure if you are going to study for this, you have some of this prerequisite and recommended training at least going into this exam. Cryberry, if you're going into cybersecurity, I recommend them. At least give them a shot. Go on there, check out their instructors, see how you like the way they teach. As I said, everyone does free trials. Just sign up for yours and see if this is going to be the right path for you. Personally, I like being a jack of all trades, so going for somewhere like this isn't really going to be my specialty or my cup of tea. Next is going to be our friends at Udemy. So first up is going to be Jason Dion. I love Jason Dion. He really makes things engaging. He's not really monotone at all. He's really lively. I just like the way he teaches in general. Jason does a great job, in my opinion, at teaching. So for Jason Dion's course, this is complete course as well as practice exams. Generally for when he does stuff like this, where he does the quote unquote bundle, he's only going to offer a couple questions. I've not gotten this one yet, and I don't have the monthly. Okay, so it's going to be one test. It's going to be one test, 90 questions. Now, the reason he does that is because he has just the practice exam. So this one, it's going to be 75 questions each exam, but there's going to be 6 different practice exams. Let's move these two guys together. So, as I said, Jason Dion, as an instructor, amazing. You can either buy this course outright. Right now, there's a sale going on through July 8th. This is 85% off. It's like it's the same tactic that Barnes and Noble and Hot Topic do, or Hot Topic have, not do, where there's a sale going on. But the joke is there's always a sale going on. That's the gimmick. But anyway, still great price, amazing price, $15. And what you're going to get for that $15 is you're going to get access to this course. It's going to have how many hours of content is in here? 32 hours of content, downloadable resources. As I said, one practice exam, which I've taken his courses where there's only one practice exam without taking the exam bundle. I've passed, but I did not pass as well as when I purchased both. For example, for the Security Plus, I passed with flying colors on the first attempt, compared to, say, going for the A Plus or Net Plus, where I didn't get the practice exam bundle and I did not pass with as much flying colors. So take that with what you will. That's just my perspective. But still, 32 hours worth of content, downloadable resources. He's going to offer you like different resources to go into. He's already done the extensive research for you. Practice exam, lifetime content, or you could subscribe to Udemy Pro, where you get access to this and tons of other content. So, for example, what I mentioned before, Cryberry is mainly for security, right? Cybersecurity. Udemy has everything. They have everything. So if you're just trying to get into security and you're trying to look up networking, security, general IT infrastructure, as well as even maybe on the back end, maybe you want to learn cloud, maybe you want to learn servers, right? Maybe you want to learn everything you can. Then going for something like the Udemy Pro subscription may be up your alley. And for $20 compared to a lot of the other content that we see on here, that is very affordable. So next up, Jason Dion again. This time we're going to talk about his practice certification exams. As I said, 450 questions, full explanation, feedback. He does an amazing job. I've seen a lot of different instructors with their practice exams. Not everyone does a great job. There's two people who do an amazing job at giving explanations for practice certification exams. That's Jason Dion and John Bonso. John Bonso, and I believe it's IT or John Bonso. We'll look him up. He has his own website, Tutorials Dojo. But John does an amazing job giving thorough instructions for everything. He mainly does anything to do with cloud, primarily focusing in AWS. He has been going into like Azure as of late for like the AZ104 and the 900. But he does an extensive explanation for every single practice question that he has on why it's like that. And Jason Dion is no different. So as far as practice questions and practice exams, Jason, you can't go wrong with it. And again, $15. So altogether for this exam, $30 if you're buying the content outright for forever time use. So you don't have to worry about a monthly fee. Highly recommend it. And next up, our friends over at Total Seminar. And Total Seminar, of course, Mike Myers, the godfather of IT training, where your uncle and your dad or whoever got you into it, you've seen his video before. He A plus, Net plus, Security plus. He's your guy. He's the one who taught you all the ropes. But of course now he has his own team. This particular course is taught by Brent Chapman as well as Michael Solomon, and they're part of Mr. Myers' team at Total Seminar. The new instructors he's been getting have actually been doing a really good job. In here we have 11.5 hours worth of content, 21 downloadable resources, as well as lifetime access to this training. Right now it's on sale for $17.99. Really great resources, and just like Jason Dion, they also have their own practice exams. Not as many. There's 3 practice exams here, and each one of these is only going to be 50 questions. So even if you did prefer Total Seminar as your training instructor, you weren't a fan of Jason Dion, I would recommend this course in conjunction with his practice exams. But if you really just want to overly study, like you just really want to go above and beyond, you could actually go ahead and get both sets of practice exams, certification exams, just because then you're just nailing it down. Make sure you just go above and beyond, study everything. I'm just going to bring this up because it's been brought up before. I don't ever recommend exam dumps. Even if you're someone who just memorizes stuff, I don't recommend exam dumps. They're not really going to help you. These are actually going to tell you why things are the way they are. Exam dumps are just going to tell you, here's the answer for this, here's the answer for this. These practice tests are going to tell you why things are the way they are. I 100% recommend them over exam dumps. That's my 2 cents. But you want to go get certified, so go do whatever you have to get where you need to in life. That's also something I recommend. So take what I say with a grain of salt. This is just from me and my morals and where I stand. Okay, next up, our friends over at Pluralsight. Now, I've always had an issue in the past with Pluralsight because they have different instructors who teach different courses. They do the same thing at CBT Nuggets, but for some reason I never have an issue with them. They seem to have a script. They know who's teaching what, and they don't overlap each other. Pluralsight, I have seen that issue. This particular Pluralsight certification training is only taught by Dale Meredith, so no issue here actually. Great job with the certification training here. So there's going to be quite a bit of content, a little over, what's this going to be? Over 15 to 16 hours worth of content here. And it's going to go over all the different sections that you need to cover for the domains, as we covered earlier on from the CompTIA website. There are going to be practice tests at the end of each different domain that's covered here. So I did not see any labs when I was going through this when I was signed into the account. So that's the only caveat here. But I do love Pluralsight because they do usually have a 10% off for your first CompTIA exam. Oh yeah, so here it is. For use Plural 10 for 10% off your next CompTIA Plus exam. So you can go ahead, get 10% off your login to CompTIA, use Plural 10 on checkout, and you can get 10% off your exam voucher. So kudos to them. They always go and do that. You'll usually see something like this in books when you purchase for study exams as well. So either go through Pluralsight or go get a book and get yourself some 10% off a voucher exam. Help you for your next exam, save some money. Okay, speaking of books, let's go over to our final study resource. This is going to be the CySa Study Exam Guide by Mike Chappell as well as David Seidel. So this particular book, again, as you see here, save you 10% off with a voucher code. So save yourself 10% off your next CySa Plus or your CySa Plus study exam, as well as there are going to be 2 custom practice exams that's going to be covered inside of here, as well as 100 electronic flashcards you could utilize, as well as a searchable glossary. It's always nice to have a glossary, especially when you're introduced to new terms, when you're studying a new resource. You don't always get that in the courses that you would get inside of a book. Like the book, you're going to be able to go to the glossary section or the index and search for whatever term you're looking for, right? As well as you're going to get your electronic flashcards you could utilize when you're studying. That's always a plus as well. And just having different forms of content. Maybe your eyes are getting strained. You don't really want to look at a computer screen anymore, or you just are tired of listening to a video. Maybe it's not the screen. Maybe you're just getting tired of hearing someone talk, like me at the end of this video. So you're gonna want to do something else. So I always recommend you go get a course, go get some practice exams, and then go get a book. That's the way I usually study when I'm studying for an exam or a test, and I still recommend that to this day. So in this case, you could go ahead and get the paperback for between $31 to $36, buying it new, buying it used, or you could go ahead and get the Kindle copy for $36. And I don't really have any other books I recommend. This is the only one that I saw had a lot of good reviews from different subreddits and resources online. So this is what I recommend as far as book content goes. Okay, so I hope with all of this information I presented to you as the top rated resources when studying for your CySa Plus CS0 Tech 002 certification. I hope this will help you go above and beyond, pass your next certification. If it does, please let me know. I love to hear stories of people taking the resources that I offer and show you and going and passing and gating your next certification. That really makes my day. Without further ado, thank you for checking out today's video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.